Welcome to Dr. Deepa Dake's NEET Biology, and in today's session we discuss about the types of meiosis as well as the difference between meiosis and mitosis division, or you can say we study about the meiosis versus mitosis, the various phases of mitosis division and meiosis division we already completed in previous session. So first we study about how the meiosis play significant role, that we simply summarize as types of meiosis division. When we come towards the types of meiosis, so here you remember predominantly two types of meiosis is there depending on the nature of parent body, whether the parent body is haploid or parent body is diploid. This phase of the parent body decided that the meiosis take place before gamete formation or after the zygote formation. So first here we study gametic meiosis that is normally present in diploid parents. Gametic meiosis means, you remember, meiosis take place at the time of gametogenesis, and because of this meiosis, gametes are always haploid in chromosome number. So this part you remember, whenever parent body is diploid, in diploid parent body, gametogenesis is always take place by meiosis division, and that kind of meiosis is called as gametic meiosis. Simply you remember, the diploid parent body, maybe it is angiosperm, gymnosperm or any of the animal body. These parents, suppose the parent body is bisexual or hermaphrodite, so both the gametes are formed inside the same parent, and at that time the meiocyte cells or gametocyte cells are present, and these gametocyte means the diploid cells which undergoes in meiosis division. In case of angiosperm, microspore mother cell and megaspore mother cells are commonly called as meiocyte. If we come towards the human reproduction, so in human being, the cells gonia and spermatogonia are undergoes in meiosis division, so those cells are called meiocyte. These meiocyte cells, you remember, now undergoes in meiosis, and upon meiosis it will lead to the formation of male gamete as well as female gamete. Now because of meiosis, you remember, these both the gametes become haploid. Both the gametes undergoes in phenomena of fusion or fertilization, and after fertilization they will result in the formation of diploid zygote. Now this diploid zygote simply undergoes in mitosis division, because this diploid zygote will develop into embryo, and embryo in seed plant protected inside the seed, and when seed undergoes in germination, so upon germination of seed the diploid parent body is to be produced. So this part you remember. Now what is happening? Haploid phase, you remember, the haploid phase in these individuals is only represented by the gametes. Otherwise, the rest of body, you remember, during the lifespan, where maximum phases of the lifespan are showing a diplo phase. So such kinds of meiosis when proceed in any of the individual, so that is called as gametic meiosis. Now we come towards the second type of meiosis. The second type of meiosis is called as zygotic meiosis. When we come towards zygotic meiosis, So zygotic meiosis, mainly you remember, it is predominantly take place in haploid parents. That means algae, bryophyta, as well as fungi. This part you remember. Now, in haploid parent, any one example when we study. So, because the parent body is haploid, so the gametes are also formed normally haploid, and the meiosis is take place. Meiosis which take place after zygote formation called zygotic meiosis. This meiosis lead to production of meiospores, spores which are produces upon meiosis division. Those spores are called as meiospore. So this lead to production of meiospores, therefore also called as sporaic meiosis. This part also remember, this called as sporaic meiosis in case of haploid parents. In fungi you remember, in fungi ascospore and basidiospores. Example of meiospores, because they form by the process of meiosis division. Now how does the life cycle is begins or take place? Algae, if we study, parent body is haploid. This parent body of algae is a gametophytic body because it directly produces male and female gamete, and these gametes are again similar to parents. These gametes are also haploid gamete. Now here you remember, these both gametes undergoes in fertilization or fusion. Upon fusion, as a result, zygote is formed. Now this zygote you remember undergoes in meiosis. So here you clearly appear that meiosis is take place after zygote formation because the parent body is diploid. Parent body is haploid, and to convert this diploid zygote into haploid spores, here the meiosis is required. After meiosis, you remember here, meiospores are formed, and these meiosis because every time from a single cell upon meiosis 4 cells are produces. So 4 spores are produces, 2 are of plus and 2 are of minus type, and they upon germination will lead to the production of new parent body or new thallus of the algae, bryophyta or the mycelium of the fungi. So this part you remember. So here if you appear the diploid phase only represented by the zygote, and rest of time the parents are in haplophase. So this part you remember very well. The diplophase or diploid phase represented by zygote only. So this you remember because this generally important for your competitive exam, that when will be the meiosis take place and how it maintain the continuity of chromosome number generation after generation. Now we come towards the comparative analysis between the mitosis and meiosis. Now we study about comparative analysis for mitosis and meiosis. When we come towards mitosis, so here you remember mitosis commonly called as equational division, whereas meiosis has result in reduction of chromosome number to just half. Therefore, it is called as reduction division. The mitosis division is take place in somatic cell or vegetative cell. That's why it is also called as somatic cell division. And meiosis division, you remember, is only completed in reproductive cell or in gametic cell. Therefore, it is commonly called as gametic division. This part you remember. Secondly, if we come towards the phases, so phases we study mitosis only completed in one phase and therefore from mitosis only two daughter cells are produced. So it produces two daughter cells only. But when we come towards meiosis, so meiosis is completed in two phases, that is meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, and therefore this division produces 4 daughter cells. This you remember. After that, what kind of cells to be enter? So here you remember in mitosis, haploid or diploid cell can be entered, but in case of meiosis only diploid cells enter, because the diploid chromosome number become haploid in meiosis division. So this part you remember very well. Now when we come towards the comparative analysis, so one by one phase wise also we compare the mitosis and meiosis. So here first we compare for the phase prophase. So when we compare for prophase, so here you remember in mitosis division prophase is very simple, of short duration and not characterized by crossing over, chiasma or chiasmata and synaptonymal complex. This part you remember very well. But when we come towards the meiosis, so in meiosis you remember prophase 1 is very complex and long process. Now why it is complex and long, that we already study in the phases of meiosis division. 5 subphases are there, and secondly characterized by the formation of synaptonymal complex as well as crossing over and chiasma. So this part you remember, chiasma or chiasmata formation we are saying. The second phase we discuss for the comparison, that is metaphase. So as much only one differences we appear in metaphase, that is metaphase you remember only single equator plate or metaphasic plate is present or formed, but in case of meiosis two metaphasic plate or equator plate are formed. Here in metaphase again you remember centromeres are arranged in mitosis at metaphase plate, whereas in meiosis, chromosomes are arranged at metaphasic plate. So that part you remember. Now when we come towards the third phase, that is the for difference, one of the most important phase is anaphase. This phase is generally asked in theory exams. Question generally asked for the prophase and anaphase, that how the mitosis, prophase and anaphase differ from the phases of meiosis. So in anaphase, here you remember, in anaphase, splitting of centromere is a characteristic feature. So splitting of centromere is present. Here you remember, this phenomena or this process is completely absent. Secondly, every chromatid is showing both genetically similar arms but in case of anaphase, you remember, or in meiosis, every arm of chromatid is not genetically similar due to phenomena of crossing over. So this part you remember, because of crossing over in meiosis division, the chromatids, the two arms of the chromatids, each and every chromatids are not genetically similar. Here these arms are genetically similar. Anaphase, here you remember that we study splitting of centromere, or it is also called as duplication of chromosome is present, and here no such duplication but reduction is present in meiosis 1. So these differences you remember for the anaphase. So in this case, even after duplication of chromosome, the chromosome number remains same, whereas here the duplication or splitting of centromere is completely absent. Because of that, you remember, the chromosome number just reduces to half. And now the fourth phase is there, that is called telophase. So when we come towards telophase, only one difference we observe. Firstly, you remember the telophase here quite long, but here the telophase in meiosis 1, telophase is take place or completed within a very short duration. Secondly, in telophase, in case of telophase, when we study in mitosis, telophase will show two nuclei with equal chromosome number. But here you remember, two nuclei form with reduced chromosome number. In case of meiosis 1 we study. Second one, another term you study, that these two nuclei after that undergoes in cytokinesis, and then whenever mitosis division is complete karyokinesis and cytokinesis, after that mitosis division every time followed by the interphase. But when we come towards meiosis division, so in meiosis division you remember, meiosis 1 division never be followed by interphase. Meiosis 1 immediately followed by meiosis 2, and then after the interphases appear. So this is the major differences which will appear during the study of mitosis and meiosis division. Importance we already studied, that what is the importance of mitosis and what is the exact importance of meiosis division when we studied about the mitosis and meiosis division phases. So for today's session, I discuss mainly about the types of mitosis because so much confusions are there for the students, basically for the 11th class students, when they studied that the gametophytic and sporophytic body in chapter 3rd Plantae Kingdom. At that time they don't have any idea about the meiosis division, and because of that so many confusions are there. So first you clear all these confusions and then we proceed to the next topics. And with this our top chapter cell cycle and cell division also completed. So the students who are new for the session, they kindly go through the previous videos, and if you like the content, in that case kindly subscribe the channel and like my videos and share my videos. Secondly, from next session we will begin with the new chapter and new topic. So the students, if you feel any doubts and any difficulty in these chapter or whatever chapter we previously studied, or any other topic which you want to study, so kindly you mention in comment box. And up to the next session, stay motivated and stay blessed.